Thank you very much for staying here on News Desk with me, Bernice Abubedulansa. Now to our earlier story about researchers at the University of Cape Coast calling for a national policy on responsible mobile phone use in pre-tertiary educational institutions by both teachers and students. Well, they say that their study into the use of mobile phones in class has revealed that even though the phones are very valuable resources, their use by students and teachers during instructional hours could be counterproductive. Richard Kojonyako has more.
The research team at the University of Cape Coast piloted guidelines for responsible mobile phone use by students and teachers in Ghanaian schools. 15 schools were used for the pilot project, and posters were made by the researchers in the schools with the inscription "Do not answer calls in class" to avoid reducing time for lessons. "Do not pick calls in class." Teachers who attempted receiving and making calls during instructional hours were constantly reminded by either their students or the inscriptions on the posters. Professor Albert Abani is the lead researcher on the project. His team wants a national policy on the responsible use of mobile phones to ensure that contact hours are not lost by virtue of the fact that teachers do answer and receive phone calls during instructional hours.
We are not necessarily saying we want to ban. We are talking about responsible phone use in the schools. You cannot ban the use of phones. What about the ITC? Teachers will use them, children will use them. So how do we make sure that they don't use them irresponsibly? That's our focus. The guidelines speak for themselves. We are saying use them this way, use them to teach, use them as calculators, but don't use them for pornography. The 15 schools was to file out guidelines on responsible phone use, but the findings were from a bigger research.
Some heads of schools whose schools were used for the pilot project backed the research and want the GES and the Ministry of Education to support the researchers to scale up the project to cover the entire country.
Some people were saying that you should find somewhere to put the phones so that they will not be receiving calls. If we are committed and we know our purpose of being teachers, what we are doing, we are helping the children. So how come that you teach and you receive calls at the same time? You can have your phone, put it in your bag, but it should be on silent. After teaching, you go back, go through your course and do the course again. I don't think we should even fight for this. They should understand themselves because we are being paid for the work we do.
It should not be used during instructional hours. Looking at where I am and the level I find myself, it should never be used during instructional hours because it disturbs classroom instruction a lot. I wish the policymakers, the Ministry of Education, will come up very swiftly and help us with the policy.
The research team also want the GES and Ministry of Education to help facilitate a nationwide scale-up of the project. Richard Kojonyako, JoyNews, Cape Coast.